What is your, I know it sounds weird, but just try it thing? Try eating a kiwi fruit like an apple. Just bite in. Ignore the fuzzy stuff. You won't recognize it. I always eat it like this. Not trolling. Take more risks, just for the hell of it. I don't mean bungee jumping or robbing a liquor store. I mean talking to people you don't know, or calling customer service to ask for refund on a disappointing product, approaching someone you think is cute to start a conversation, or take a class in something you love but know little about. In all these situations there's the chance you will be shut down, or even publicly embarrassed. But you will get used to small disappointments, and it will embolden you to take bigger risks in the future. Plus, you will be surprised how often things actually work out for the better. Going into a situation thinking you're doing just for the experience takes a lot of the pressure off too, and helps get positive results. Try eating a kiwi fruit like an apple. Just bite in. Ignore the fuzzy stuff. You won't recognize it. I always eat it like this. Not trolling. Nose plugged. Sinuses filled solid. 12 drops of Tabasco sauce into 16 ounces of warm water. Stir. Drink. It's like swallowing heat. And a few minutes later, your tubes will be clear. If you feel a migraine coming on, chug a few glasses of ice water and give yourself the worst brain freeze you've ever had. It may stop the migraine. My aunt gave me that tip about 5 years ago after I had a terrible migraine that put me in the hospital. The very next migraine I got, as soon as I started to see the aura, I drank a bunch of ice water and gave myself brain freeze a good 3 times. It worked, the aura fizzled out, and the headache never came. Since then, I use that trick every time, and I'll be damned, it works every time. I have this contraption that flips you upside down and holds you by your ankles like some sort masochistic slaughter cow, but it pops your back and decompresses your spine, leaving you feeling like you just experienced a tantric orgasm. Inversion chairs, get one. Yesterday. I microwave cookies. I microwave croissants. I microwave sandwiches. I microwave cake. It's amazing. I haven't done this in a while, but when I was driving somewhere with a friend or two in the car, I'd tell them to scream as loud as they could. Like just really scream. Separately, and then together. It sounds super weird, but it feels kinda cool. There is really no place/time where this is something you can just do full force, especially living in the city, because you don't want to alarm others/have the cops called. Driving in a car though, no one else will hear it. I've done it alone too, not in quite a while though. I dunno. Just try it. Put honey on your fried chicken instead of on the biscuits. Something my mom used to make for me called swamp water. Half R&W root beer and half Sunkist orange soda. So awesome. Yes, you can use other brands, but I find these get the best result. A boa, half bath, half shower. They are especially great for hangovers. Sit/lay down with your feet towards the shower and let the warm wet liquid cascade down upon you. Crack the shower curtain for that slight cool and caressing breeze on your face and enjoy as all your tensions melt away. Pepperoni pizza with ranch dressing. Common in the Midwest, not so common in New England. I never thought eating Doritos with sour cream was weird until my husband caught me and said it was disgusting. He loves me, he is great, but the Dorito/sour cream combo he just can't handle. A strange psychological phenomenon. Our perception of taste is so hardwired to our sense of touch and sight that we can taste things without actually consuming them. Don't believe me? Tilt your hand back and pretend you're shaking a salt shaker onto your exposed tongue. In just a few seconds, you will taste salt. Cracker or egg into your ramen noodles for 3 minutes before eating. The one for me this year was going for a single bladed razor. I used to have awful skin irritation from my electric razors and never much liked the expensive prices of those cartridge Stealth Smooth X350 things at the big stores. I looked into solving the irritation, and a lot of forums and places talked about using classic style safety razors. I browsed around Wicked Edge, Reddit's home of such folks, for quite a while before deciding to give it a try. I bought a starter kit, gave it a try, and I don't look back at all. My skin irritation is gone, and I pay roughly $0.20 a blade, each of which can last 2 or 3 shaves. I'd heartily recommend it to anyone and everyone. Go to the doctor and get your earwax flushed out. It feels orgasmic, and then you hear in high definition for like a week. Peanut butter and bacon hamburger. Ordered one from a restaurant once because it was weird and immediately craved them for weeks after, to the point I was making them at home. Not a healthy addiction, but delicious. One of my oldest friends is a bartender, and we've come up with a fair number of cocktails that sound too weird to be enjoyable. Here are my favorites. Blue Topaz, 1/2 cup of crushed ice, 2 measures of sparkling wine, 1 measure of blue curacao, 1 measure of Chambord 1. Pour the blue curacao into a hurricane glass, followed by the crushed ice 2. Pour the sparkling wine over the ice 3. Gently pour the Chambord across the surface 4. Garnish with 2 maraschino cherries. Try it. Seriously. It's good. Red vine, 1/2 shot of Georgia Maester, 1/2 shot of balsamic vine Garwan. Combine both ingredients in a shaker 2. Shake 3. Pour into a chilled shot glass 4. Sip 5. No, really. Don't knock it until you've tried it. Smell a new textbook. Put your face right on a page and inhale through your nose, letting your nostrils pack in that scent. Now flip the pages and smell again. Chicken noodle soup with peanut butter sandwiches. It sounds gross, but it's actually amazing. These are the sort of combinations you have when you grow up poor. Freezing cold showers for 30 days. Like, all the way cold. There's a TEDx talk called Cold Shower Therapy, but basically, by starting every day by doing something miserable that you can 100% opt out of for illogical reasons and sacrifice what very well may be your only comfort for the day, you set the tone for the rest of the day and learn a lot about yourself in the process. You learn what common excuses you come up with, often calling them reasons instead of what they are, excuses. You learn the value in doing even little things the hard way. You don't have lazy days, all challenges seem smaller, and all painful decisions are easier to make. Not to mention the euphoria of a warm shower after your 30 days. Everyone I've ever talked into finishing all 30 days has loved it. Everyone who only took a few showers hated it, but everyone who finished loved it. You have to do 30 days because it forces you to do it on one of those not today mornings, which turns out to be the best days for a cold shower. Peanut butter on toast with honey and cinnamon. Also makes an excellent sandwich, but if you put the honey on the toasted bread first, it makes a delightful texture. Organ meats. Livers, kidneys, hearts, etc. They sound gross and look weird and have weird tastes and textures, but if cooked correctly are delicious. It's something that can be made into a fancy meal from a very cheap ingredient. Like chicken liver pate. Take a $0.99 container of chicken livers and turn it into a $20 appetizer at a fancy restaurant. Vacation in a foreign country by yourself. This may not sound extreme, but I'm willing to bet more people than not don't have the guts to do this, which is understandable, because it sounds crazy, but I assure you it is not. You'll have the vacation of a lifetime doing whatever the hell you want. Increase awesomeness level by not setting an itinerary and just going wherever the wind takes you, meeting new people, and trying things you never thought you would. All of my best vacations were solo trips. Go ahead, try it. This is not as risque as some answers here, but it's still something people should do. Music fans tend to get held up in one genre or time period and they can think other genres lack creativity. Find another genre, listen to it, you might not get it at first but once you listen to it more and more you'll start to see the creativity and artistic merit in it. Going camping? Tired of your typical breakfast options? Try oatmeal with butter and salt and pepper. Bonus, add powdered parmesan. Just try it. To get rid of hiccups 99% of the time bend over forward with your upper body parallel with the ground and drink water from the opposite side of the cup of where you would normally place your mouth. Hard to explain, but you have to slowly tip the cup forwards while upside down until you can sip from the opposite edge of the cup. This works every time, but you look like the biggest weirdo doing it. I got a good one here. Basically next time you're walking out to your car, stand at a range where your unlock button or command start won't reach. Now take the key fob, stick it under your jaw and open wide. You will be surprised to see your car unlocks or starts. Good trick for those cold winter mornings where you don't want to walk out to your car. There's this thing called outside. Depending on your neighborhood, if you go to the outside, there might be this, like, path thing with trees and bushes and maybe a squirrel or a fountain if you're lucky. If you go outside really early, it'll be all misty and foggy and stuff, like you're in a horror game, except it'll be pretty, and you'll feel happy. The outside can be a little scary though, so make sure to pack at least 3 portable game systems and a water bottle for short trips. If you're going to go longer, get a powerful laptop with an emulator and a wagon for snacks with a bed in. Apparently a shot of whiskey with pickle juice as a chaser. I don't know how many times I've explained that the pickle juice takes the bite away from the whiskey and it ends up being pretty tasty, but nobody listens.